Okay, we're hot. We are hot.
All right, so if you text me, then I just gotta let them know you can't come in to
Till the commercial break.
the commercial break. What you think of the all-decade team? You see that NBA
No.
all-decade? We'll talk about that last segment.
I didn't see that.
We'll talk about that last segment. We ain't gotta
Okay.
go into that now. Go.
Here we go. Ah!
Out now, brown cow.
Unique New York.
That's right. Let's do it.
Unique New York. I can't find them on Wikipedia. Wikipedia. Trini Ochoa.
You got him. So
Born 1998. He's 21 years old.
Yep.
Young kid.
USA took down the Canada.
Ooh, in the
Dodgeball.
dodgeball? Okay. Okay. Text Dan and be like, hey, you're going to have to wait. Just chill for a
Did he
minute.
text you?
I can't. I'm on, dang it, nothing out of this. Oh, I told him to take the.
Huh? Mike.
Here we go.
We got this. It's all.
This is what we
all
do,
good.
baby. This is what we do.
We're gonna go right. I got the whole Ocho thing right here. I'm gonna ask you the questions about what comes to mind when you think of these sports, or
Yeah.
then you can come back with me on that.
Okay.
Do you have a list of all the sports? Everything that
Right
they
now,
did?
yeah, I got it right
Okay,
now.
so we can go back and forth. What do you think? What's your hype on the world's ugliest dog? I don't know nothing about it. Hype, I would think it's this. No hype, boom, boom, boom. You
Yeah.
just play that all the way through the hip.
The world's ugliest dog contest. Wow.
But I guess the only sport that really, really mattered in that whole thing was that dodgeball because Canada beat USA last year. So
Gotcha.
that was
USA won it this year?
yeah, USA won it this year. So and a comeback. Piece of the acrobat. They're showing it now.
Here we go.
Here we go.
This is what we do.
Yes, sir.
All day.
What's up, YouTube? It's always paid myself with it.
It should be true tankless, but hey, let's mix it in there. Welcome everybody into the No Hype Zone. I am Seth.
This is Lance.
Today is Wednesday, August 7th. Got to work this morning, 6 o'clock, bright and early. Turned the television on, trying to catch, hey, what's going on in sports for the day.
Right.
And I turn on ESPN Deuce, and apparently it was the Ocho.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
They had the Ocho on today, man. That was crazy. So we're sitting there at work all morning long, half glued to the TV, half,
Love it.
counting reps, like, what is going on?
Love
There
it.
was some crazy, wacky stuff on there. I don't know if anybody out there saw that as well. If you did, we'd love to have you chime in our show. We are a live call-in show. That number is 602-260-1060. Tell us what you think. For example, What do they have here, Lance? What was on there today?
So the first one this morning was the world's ugliest dog contest. So hype or no hype, what do you think of when you see that?
First of all, how is that a thing? Ugliest dog contest?
It said it was the Great American Beard and Mustache Championship. So
No, I've seen that on YouTube.
Okay.
That is crazy. The mustaches that people grow,
Yeah.
out of control.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm as old as I am. I still got peach fuzzes on my face. I've been trying to grow a beard my whole life. For some reason, it just doesn't happen.
No, I grew a beard for No Shave November 2 years ago, and I've never shaved it off since. I've had this bad boy for like almost 3 years now.
Well, me and you in the same class there, brother.
Yeah.
We cannot grow it.
Nope.
Nope, it doesn't work.
And then what else do they have? Go ahead.
All right, so then you had jugglers under attack, which is combat, juggle, and saber fencing.
Yeah, it was like there were guys that were juggling pins, and then guys were throwing balls at them, trying to avoid it. I think you can use the pins to then kind of knock it back or something.
Yeah.
That was wild, man. How do you do something like that? How do you? This is what I want to know. With all these, the Ocho stuff, what is like? Hey, I want to get involved in this wacky sport. How do I apply for that?
Man, it's the same thing like the esports. I mean, I think it's on the same class level. I mean, you underground sports. I mean, you do a lot of Spartan races and a lot of events here. So I guess it just you got to follow those websites. I believe what was that, the frog competitions two years ago when they was going on tour. So I bet Ocho had like a tryout for these different events, and if you were down for it, you were down for it. But I was seeing some of the other games. They were just coming out like cornhole.
Right.
You were seeing this on TV, and I think I was cracking a joke when I was telling you how my wife was upset that I'm watching cornhole and I'm watching all these different crazy wacko sports, and I'm sitting there like, wow, this.
Like you're mesmerized because you don't see stuff like that every day, Same thing with like beer pong.
Yeah.
They actually have that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just, hey, a regular game we played in college that I don't play anymore. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
But man, there's an actual beer pong. I think it's in Las Vegas every year or something, man.
So I'm putting it out there right now for somebody to take my idea. Well, they're going to take my idea anyway. I'm going to create the next Ocho waste paper basketball shooting. Yes,
I did that at a job once, and I got reprimanded for it.
I did that at a job once, and I had everybody entertained because my jumper was so pretty. I started talking like my man from, what's my man Wesley Snipes' character? When,
Sidney Dean.
Yes, sir.
Sidney
I was like, it's
Dean.
so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty, and I had to follow through and everything.
Yeah.
So so some more sports they had was dodge, juggle. Now I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
That was cool. The guy was in the back juggling, and he was purposely trying to hit him with the dodge.
Yes, yes. That's crazy.
Can you imagine trying to focus on juggling, and then next thing you know, you got a ball that just bing hits you. You can't even defend yourself.
Yeah, you've got to have really good proprioception, right? So you got to feel where those pins are going up and look where the ball's coming from. That is crazy.
Know where you are in space and time.
Yes.
Next
What
one
else?
was U.S. Pizza Team Tryouts.
Okay, so that was like they were spinning pizzas and like doing acrobatics, like putting it through their leg, like around their back, like standing on one hand and stuff. That was pretty crazy. Same thing. Is there like a website like acrobatic pizza something? That's crazy, man.
So I'm thinking,
Yes.
and it's scary when I start doing this because I'm getting creative. The guys in Seattle with the fish, if you can do the pizza,
fish market.
you can do. Yes, sir. We can do the fish competition. So I mean,
Like who can throw this fish the longest or most accurate something.
And it depends on how heavy the fish is.
Right.
So, you get a nice little baby shark out there, then your points is a lot higher than somebody that threw like a little grouper or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of obscure sports, ever see the Highland Games? Like
No.
the Scottish ones where they have like this giant like telephone pole they gotta launch a certain
I
distance.
did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
That is
Are there any other crazy sports you can think of off the top of your head?
Well, yeah. I just don't think we got enough time for me to go into them. But yeah,
Here's some trivia for you.
Go ahead.
There's a stone skipping competition.
I can do that.
Trivia. What is the most skips, the world record for the most stone skips on water?
I don't know. Mine is like 7.
88.
Is it?
88. How do you record that?
I don't know. How do you see 88 skips? I think
They have
somebody
like a slow motion
right,
camera or something like that?
Somebody sitting out in the water, way out, because I used to do it. I used to go down to Rainbow Beach in Chicago and go to the beach and throw the little, my little flat rocks. And I got up, like I said, my highest was like 8. Now, if I do it now, when we go to Oceanside, me and my wife go to Oceanside, I get maybe 1 or 2 skips. I'm no
Yeah.
longer like how I used to be as a kid. But,
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Hey, man. Hey, all right, so some more.
Yep.
The 46th annual Cherry Pit Spitting Championships was there.
Dude, there's some crazy people on there, like dudes with like big old beards and like wearing crazy clothes, man. That's good. Again, how do you sign up for that? Is there a website? I'm gonna Google this.
How
right
do you
now. In the
train
break, I'm
for
gonna
that?
Google, right?
That's what I want to know. How do you train?
Like, look at his form. Look at how he fills his lungs with air and the you can do like sabermetrics, on the spit. Like
That's
it had a
insane.
spin rate of 47 RPMs.
Yeah,
It had the
speed.
trajectory of whatever. That is crazy, man.
But ding, follow through. All
There
right.
you go.
So then you got the putt championship. So that's self-explanatory, putt. And then you got the Golden Tee, which anybody who goes to restaurants or bars or anything like that, they know Golden Tee is out there. I thought that a sport that was really interesting, and C-Train was talking to me a little bit about this. The school bus figure eights.
Dude.
How?
But it was like old school. It was like from like 1993 or something like that. 'Cause they had like old school ESPN graphics on there, and like their clothes that they were wearing, so you could date it. So it was just like buses on this really slippery track going in figure eights racing. It was crazy, man. Buses tipping over,
Oh, my
guys like
goodness.
fishtailing and stuff. It was pretty wild, man.
Oh man, I didn't see
Pretty
that.
wild.
I didn't get a chance to see, but C-Train talking about it. The European Tram Championships. I don't know what that is.
I
didn't get
saw
a chance to
that,
see
but I couldn't. We didn't have the volume on, so I couldn't really tell what that was. If anybody out there who's listening here on AM Sports 1060, if you saw any of this stuff today, give us a call. Tell us what you thought. Again, that number is 602-260-1060. You can also hit us up on Twitter at the No Hype Zone. That is kNOW. Next, we have the classic Tetris World Championship.
Man,
I missed that.
I would have loved that. Now they had Super Mario Brothers competition. I would have been really good at that.
Okay.
And double dribble. I was.
A basketball game?
Yes, sir. You go to the corner on double dribble. It was one shot that you can hit that you never miss, and you go all day, run up the score. You go right to the corner and you fade away. You jerk your man 2-3 times, and boom. And they only have 4 teams: New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, and Boston. Yes, sir.
Major markets.
Yes, sir. Major markets.
okay.
They had it then, yep. And then I remember the colors of the team's uniform. But I was a king of double dribble.
Was that the one where you go to dunk and like it shoots like
No, it's NBA Jam. You talking about NBA Jam?
Okay, all right, okay,
With
never
2
mind.
players at double dribble, just double dribble, and that was like the first. To me, that was the first basketball game before the Bulls and it was the Bulls and the Lakers, I believe, was coming out. EA was coming out with all these different games.
Was it like Magic versus Bird or something like that?
Magic
Was
versus
it game too?
Dr. J versus Bird. That
Okay.
came out. All of those games was like
Oh, those
little
like handheld things, right?
Well,
Battery powered handheld.
Atari had those
Okay.
games. I used to go to my Uncle Jenny's house to play Dr. J versus Bird and Jordan versus Bird and all that stuff. And then when Bulls versus Lakers came out, EA Sports just lost their mind at that point. Next thing you know, the 2K Rage and all that stuff came out.
Gotcha.
The next sport, the Jelly Marble Runs. I don't know what that's about.
I didn't see that. I totally missed that one.
Okay, but the lawnmower racing, sign me up for that.
Do they have like souped up lawnmowers or what is that? They gotta have like some kind of restriction on that.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I wanted to see it. I was training at the time, or either I was out. But it just sounds fun. I would love to get on a lawnmower race. All right, this is the one sport that I thought that was a little bit off. Was the stupid robot fighting league. That looked like a bad version of Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
Okay.
And it also reminded me of that movie with Hugh Jackson when he
Yes. What is the name of that movie?
That's a robot movie, so
Yeah.
it ain't like the one when they came out.
Cam, if you know what that is, let us know, man. Tell us in the ear.
Yeah, come on, Cam, give us some help, man. Give us some help, Cam. But yeah, that was a stupid, dumb competition. It looked like it was not. It was boring. But the one I did like was Ideal Electrician National Championship. They came in with their shirts. Real Steel.
Real
There you
Steel.
go,
Thank
Cam.
you, sir. There we go.
Cam. Real Steel. You the man, Cam.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So the electrician was good. I got a family that does electrical work, and I've been privy. My best friend, he does construction and rehabs, and so I've been in those rehabilitation apartment buildings, and to see these guys literally take out their tools really quick, take a little area and put up wires and all that. That was really cool. So that was really cool. The last 4, I'm gonna read them off really fast.
Yeah.
2019 World Sign Spinning Championship.
That was probably cool.
What'd you think of when you seen that?
I think of like the guys on the street corner just
Right.
firing away, man. Those guys are very talented.
They are. The slippery stairs had to be the most entertaining one.
Yes, that was super cool. It's like they put some kind of like slippery stuff all over him. Looked like something out of a Japanese game show.
Yep.
That was trying to climb stairs and
Yep.
get like a bell or something.
Yep.
That was really wild.
The WCO Cornhole Championship, I'm going to get my cornhole set. Patrick already said I can come on over and play with him, so
Yep.
I'm going to work on my game.
There you
And
go.
the last but not least, which was big, USA beat Canada.
Boom!
Canada won last year in the dodgeball competition. So
Go USA.
that's right.
Thank you, America's hat.
There
That's
you go.
Canada for those of you who
There you
didn't
go.
get that reference. All right, coming up next, we have Trini Ochoa, a boxer who's going to call in, and hopefully Dan will be here to converse with him back and forth. We'll see how it goes. Coming up next, No Hype Zone.
Is he downstairs?
I don't know, man. My phone's on airplane mode. You better run. You better sprint. I'll hold it down. I'll hold it down.
I'm here. Okay. He's I'm here.
I'll hold it down.
All right, give him the key. Hold it. Right. Let him know I'm coming down. Let him
Yep. Okay, so Lance is coming down, or trying to get Dan. We're going to get Dan in studio. This is a rare appearance, everybody, from Dan Cisneros. So he's going to be he's going to ask our boxing guy a bunch of questions here, stuff that I really don't know about. So we're finally getting him in, so I got to set him up. Woo!
You can get him set up over there.
Yeah, man.
Close the door.
Right here, my man.
Where?
Right here. Plug right into there.
I never had these this auxiliary cord with these things, so
I got one for you.
see if it works.
Oh, you got auxiliary cord?
Yeah, no, he's got it.
Okay, cool.
And once you plug that in, it should just. Can you hear anything or no? No? Can you hear anything now? Go ahead.
One quick.
Can you hear now? Can you hear anything?
Hello, check, check. No, no, nope. Here, no,
No, can you hear anything in your headphones?
nope.
Okay.
So you go upstairs.
Yeah, he said Trini's online. Trini's on.
Oh, all right.
Anything?
No.
What about now? You in the commercial? Are you on?
Yeah. On.
You're on.
You can't hear nothing?
Nothing.
What about the next port? Can you get over to the next one? Is he up?
No, it should be good. You're gonna listen with me. Here, use this. I'll just let you fire away.
So,
I'll let you drive that.
no, you come over here and drive that, and then I'll play back and forth. Come on over here.
I don't even know what to say to him now. That's your guy.
What's up, Trini?
That's your guy. I don't know who he is.
Right, just hello, Trini. Here you go. We just talking. I'm about to pull him up. Right here. What's another page? How you-
Is Chimmy?
Trini.
We're on.
Trini?
Trini. Get over there.
I know, right?
Trini. T-R-I-N-I. Trini.
Here's the license.
And we are back. Thank you for listening to the No Hype Zone. So we were just in the last segment, we were just talking about all those crazy sports that were on ESPN the Ocho today. If you guys have any other ideas of a crazy sport that you want to talk about, let us know at the No Hype Zone. We are on Twitter. You can also give us a call, 602-260-1060. Okay, on the line we have a boxer, Trini Ochoa, who's on the line. Trini, can you hear us? My man, how's it going? Hanging in there. I appreciate you calling in the show. What are you up to today? Yeah, man. What are you doing your training camp for? Okay. Okay. Who are you fighting? Awesome. Okay. Can you give our listeners an idea of what you do for your training? Because the three of us here in the studio, we are trainers by trade, essentially. So give us like a little rundown of what you do in a particular day for your boxing. Okay. 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 Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Hey, Trini, this is Dan. Just joining these guys to learn a little more about what you do. I'm a big fan of boxing. Lance speaks very highly of you, so I wanted to come on the show and learn a couple of things from you and talk to you. You say you're from Golden Boy Promotions? Iron Boy. Okay. From what I understand, Arizona is not the biggest boxing state.
Okay. Now for your fight in October, what is like your preparation, like 6 weeks to the fight, 4 weeks to the fight? How do you, I guess, diet down essentially?
Turn it off. Okay.
Is that pretty rough? Is training camp like, it's like hell week for you, or do you enjoy it?
How much water weight do you cut before a fight? Mm-hmm. Do you think, how does that affect you, sparring versus actual fight? I know that sometimes when people deplete too much water, it could affect the ability to take a punch, etc. Did you feel any negative effects from cutting down much water, or 8 pounds is really nothing to you? Definitely. I'm just sad to hear about these 2 deaths past week or so. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, boxing is an unforgiving sport. It's a brutal sport. Everyone knows what they sign up for as far as, the contact sport. And for people like you coming up, still have the same risk, but not the same reward. How do you go about dealing with that day to day with you and your family? Things of that nature. I was wondering, like, those guys coming up, they're not making the biggest money yet, but they're in the same risk, the same danger.
So how did you go from being a Pop Warner football player, making Coach Dave and everybody in Pop Warner so proud of you, to this awesome boxer, 6-7-0, I mean, this transition was incredible. Seeing you on Facebook, I couldn't be more happier for you, Trini. You know, what's next for you? Who's the next fight? Yeah. You had some good coaches. You think you had some good coaches during your Pop Warner days? Yeah, because you know Coach Dave will listen to this. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
What inspired you to box? Right.
Well, it looks like your record, you have a lot of KOs and TKOs. So are you considered a power puncher or are you a pop shot? What would you consider your style to be? Okay. Who was your favorite fighter to watch as far as boxing? Or do you even watch boxing? Because I know some boxers don't even partake in the sport. They partake in it, they don't watch it though. But okay. Oh, great.
Good pick.
Oh, definitely. One of my favorites of all time. That knockout is one of the nastiest knockouts I've ever seen. He was sleeping for about 4 or 5 minutes.
night.
So, as far as the mental aspect of boxing, you played Pop Warner. You've been an athlete your whole life, and you just talked about the, being out there solo. And then we're going to take a break in a little bit. But what is the main factor as far as the mental aspect between football and boxing?
When you're in the ring, do you think about what your next moves are, or do you just kind of react what the other guy is giving you?
So who's your trainer right now? And you want to give him some shots out in your little camp? Who's all in your camp? Because I know there's a lot of people that's got you to where you are right now, and you look like you're gonna represent Arizona as the next star to come out of Arizona. Okay. Yes, sir.
To all these young boxers that are up and coming, any advice that you can give them, whether they be 13, 14, 15 years old, trying to make it, to the big time, what can you tell them as advice? like you don't have a job, right? You're probably just 100% all boxing all day long, right? Very nice. Hey, Trini, thanks for calling in the show. We're up against the break here. Watch Trini's next match. When is your next match again?
Is that in celebrity? Is that the celebrity? Okay.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for joining us. Coming up next, football is here. Our preview and our hype. No hype. Seth and Lance.
Yeah.
D.
You did.
You came through.
You did it. Yeah.
Someone under a short.
I know.
He didn't
right?
watch. He doesn't watch boxing, so that took away half the questions.
Oh, okay.
You was on it. You was on
Okay.
point. You was on
Yeah, that
point.
was good. It's like
You was on
smooth, like
point
came in
with
like
your-
real smooth.
Nah, stay there, bro. You was on
That
point.
was awesome, dude.
You was
Very
on
nice,
point.
man.
You're not talking about boxing anymore at all?
We're gonna talk football. You can talk
Yeah.
football with us.
Okay.
Talk
Yeah.
football. You
And-
made this
and-
trip down here. You might as well talk and do the show.
Okay.
Hey, so no hype. We got my man Dan in the house. Dan trains me on boxing, and when I don't have my hands up, he smacks me. I'm gonna be training with him tomorrow. Probably Dan is one of the best, if not the best, boxing trainers in the game.
Wow.
Everybody loves to train with him. Everybody loves to work out with him. He's a crazy athlete, crazy trainer. One of the nicest guys you know. But we're blessed to have him on the show with us. He made this trip down here. Gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, has his clients training. Him and Seth, they in here. It's almost 9 o'clock. So,
9 o'clock.
I'm
here at like 6.
Well, yeah. Well, it's it's a long day for us.
When I get into work, Dan's like halfway done with this morning.
Yes, sir. So for him to come down here, big shout out. So, Pretty Boy Floyd is in the
he's
house.
gotta go to
so
bed
y'all-
soon. It's like 8:30.
Yes, sir. Come here.
Yeah, right? Dang.
Yes, sir. So,
Yeah. So next we're gonna go,
NFL.
dude. So let's go NFL preview. So we just have a bunch of questions for like.
Is it like 30 minutes spiffs only? Is that 30 minutes right there?
No, that was like 13. That was like 13
No,
minutes.
man, nah, I didn't know. I thought
It
I
goes
was
quick,
prepared
right?
For like a 30-minute boom.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull up the team. So we're gonna start off.
Yeah.
Where you wanna start off in your
So I just got a
NFC
bunch
East?
of questions. Ooh.
You wanna start off your East with your Bills?
Well, do you want
Patriots?
to go with these storylines, or do you want to wait till James is with
Yeah,
us?
you go storylines. Start storylines. I'll pull them up, and I try to talk with you hype,
All
no
right.
hype players.
Okay.
I like what we're doing in the car.
I don't know English perspective, so
Well, when we get to Arizona, maybe we can fire away on that.
Okay.
If you want, or you just chime in whenever you want.
Right.
Just talk.
Patrick
Just
gonna be
boom.
calling in any minute, so just chime.
Patrick?
Yeah, so he'll be calling in soon. So just whatever you feel comfortable with, just say it. You
Just
gotta
fire
play
away,
it. You wanna
man.
say fire away.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
water cooler.
Yeah.
Water cooler sports. Just like how we
Yeah.
talk in the office.
And I wanted to talk CrossFit games for like a hot second, like in
okay.
like
I
the are they
can
juicing?
add on that. I can add in that.
Yeah.
Since
so,
he's here, we might as well.
Yeah.
So we'll be like, hey, we're gonna add on to the.
So right before the NFL, hey, we was gonna go to the NFL, but let's go into the cross.
Yes.
Going because we just
Yes.
talking about the Ocho
Yes.
and going into boxing.
Yeah.
So before we go into the NFL, let's go.
We'll do that. Because we. Okay. Who's this?
Jay Dillon. It's a land special right here.
Who is this man?
Jay Dillon. Anybody know me? I got this and Tribe and
Start
This
freestyling.
guy, yeah, right? Can you freestyle off this right now, Lance?
oh yeah, I can do it, but I don't,
We don't want it.
my wife is listening. So, I have to hear her mouth when I get home. So.
Right? All right, so I know we tease everybody with the NFL, but because we have Dan in here, we do want to talk. We're going to piggyback off of what we were talking about earlier with the Ocho.
Yes, sir.
This weekend, also, it kind of flew under the radar are the CrossFit games. They weren't even on TV. Normally they're on either ESPN or sometimes they're on like CBS Sports or something like that. But this year they were on YouTube. That's the only way you could view it. Very underrated. These guys are crazy athletes doing some insane stuff. There's like 12 or 14 events. So the guy that for the males, Matt Frazier won again for his 4th time, if I'm not
Fourth
mistaken.
time.
That's right. He's
He
tied with-
tied the all-time record.
yeah, who's the guy that has it? Rich Froning. Rich
yes.
Froning's got
He
it.
still competed in the group, and
Okay.
his group smashed all the other groups.
Dominated again?
Dominated.
Per
and-
usual. Okay.
And those guys are in extreme shape. They train 3 or 4 times a day,
Right.
And Olympic lifts, which is, if anyone knows about Olympic lifts, very strenuous on your shoulders,
Yep.
your joints. I mean, it's amazing these guys can last this long without having some major injuries, and some do and actually come back, and it's crazy how fast they can come back, which leads me to what we were gonna talk about during the break was.
Yeah, we were discussing this, it's a water cooler talk at work, is like, the question is, hey, how can they put their bodies through all this strenuous workout and be okay? What's the recovery like? Are they juicing? That is a question.
So my question, when you brought that up, my thing is, my hype is, I don't believe they're juicing. I'm not saying they're all clean, but my thing is the training, the supplements, all that stuff is way better, way more sophisticated now. And just athletes are a new breed. I'm not trying to be naive and say that some people are not cheating, but just the level of play and the way that they're hitting these numbers and, breaking records, so, being able to be 4-time champions. Training is on another level right now. If you're not training with a trainer right now, you're really not doing anything. You go into the gym and you're wasting your time unless you are a trainer. And even still, all of us are trainers and we train with each other. You train me, I train with Travis, Seth trains with Jeff. We all train with some trainer because we get comfortable training ourselves.
On the same note, the way training is taken off for sophistication and levels of, breaking down the body and learning new things, science, so is drugs. Drugs is taking off tremendously.
Okay.
So even if they're testing by WADA, I'm not sure if they're getting tested routinely or randomly tested. We don't know that. But
so is that your no hype or your hype? Is that hype?
I mean, I think that's very true. I mean, they just caught one of the, not to change the subject, but they just caught one of the UFC guys on drugs, and they test strenuously.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it for, quite a while, so I'm told. If he's able to get by random testing, if they have scheduled testing, they could definitely get by it. And above all, I think, this is my opinion, of course, CrossFit's a business. It is a sport, but it's also a big business. It's a big, gyms around the world.
Right.
CrossFit is one of the
Huge.
It's the most popular gym right now. People
Right.
think if you do CrossFit, you'll look like those guys, which is not the case. Great workouts. I love CrossFit. I'm not saying that it's not a great workout.
Yeah.
It's strenuous from the body. A lot of injuries occur with Olympic movements. It's a high risk, high reward movements.
Yeah.
So when you do those things, you're bound to get injured. And for these guys to do it as many times as they are,
And be healthy.
now, maybe they are, clean and they're just training their butts off and recovering and getting the proper nutrition and things of that nature. But from my perspective, as far as my knowledge, going to school for extensive wellness, learning about diet, learning about the body, it is incredible to do that without any added help.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying the recovery is major now for athletes, and again, you're right. Drugs are sophisticated. I just want to be the type of person to actually believe that these guys have the best trainers in their camp.
I'm sure they do. On top of that,
people, especially if you're making that type of money, you got guys that can tell you everything that's going on in your blood right then and there, and what you're allergic to, and this is going to help you perform. This is when you're going to be at peak level. We're going to train you up to a certain point, but you're going to peak right when it's time for the games. So, I just think that the education is a little bit different. Like you said, you went to school for exercise science. I was in school for exercise science. We all know this. But there's guys on another level who,
It's kind of like that Neil Armstrong effect. He won, 7 cycling, Tour de France in a row. After the first one, yeah, you're awesome. The second one, okay, sweet. The third time, okay. Fourth time, wait a second. Fifth time? This guy is a machine. And then, people started chirping around like...
There was rumors, but
rumors.
no evidence.
Lance Armstrong?
And then there was no evidence.
You talking about Lance Armstrong?
Yeah, what I said, Neil Armstrong? Sorry, that guy went to the moon.
I'm thinking about
sorry.
the moon.
Yeah,
How many times did he go to the moon?
I got you. Yeah,
I'm talking Lance Armstrong.
I'm like, how many times did he go to the moon? Second time, third time.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
guys.
Definitely did.
Yeah, right. So you hear some chirping around, and then it's like, how can this guy do all this stuff? And then you hear like guys coming out like he was doing it, and he's like, I passed every test. Test me again. Look at this sample, look at that sample. So I see where you're coming at from that angle. They did catch 18 guys, I think, within the last year for that. But like you were saying, it's like, hey, they don't want to they don't want to get the top guys.
The top guys are what drive the sport, right?
Yeah.
They're the stars.
Yeah.
people, you take care of your stars
Yeah.
in the business.
Yeah.
So, you're going to take care of the star players. They're not going to get caught, That's just a theory,
But that's what I'm saying. Is it your hype or is your no hype? Because if it's no hype, then you're saying, okay, this is what's going on. Like, I'm in my hype. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a no hype part of this.
Have some of them been tested positive? Yes. So there are people on drugs in CrossFit.
Okay.
Does that mean every person's on drugs in CrossFit? Just like any other sport, you can't prove that.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha,
I mean,
brother.
that's tough to say.
Gotcha.
But that's a good topic, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
like that. I like that.
Wise one in here, Mr. Dan.
Yeah, love it. All right, so we have the NFL coming up here pretty soon. We had a preseason game last week. Any of you guys catch that a little bit?
Just caught a little bit.
It's hard. It's kind of hard to watch preseason because like some of the guys play, some of the starters don't play. It's kind of clunky a little bit.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
The coach of Denver had kidney stones, and he coached that game.
Really?
He had kidney stones. He woke up that morning with kidney stones. He knew it, and he still coached the game anyway because he wanted to be the first one to throw the challenge flag for the.
You see that the pass interference? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he didn't have to throw that, but hey, it's in the game now. It's a rule. So I just want to go just down a couple of storylines here in the NFL that I was thinking of. Tom Brady's 42 years old. I'm interested to see how he's going to do. Every year we say, hey, he's going down the tube, he's getting too old, but every year he proves us wrong.
I heard a crazy story about Tom Brady. I go to a place called Jab Fitness, and one of the trainers there, excuse me with the names, but he was saying he knew one of the young receivers on Tom Brady's team is supposed to be, one of the main guys.
N'Keal Harry?
Nikhil.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Nikhil.
So
Okay.
he's well familiar with him. He's like, yeah, I'm at Tom Brady's house. I'm doing, personal workouts with him, and he's been in the league for 20 years.
Yep.
And the guy that's playing over there is 21. So he's been almost playing professional football as long as this guy's been born. So
Yep.
it's just weird to even hear that this guy's, 40 years old playing, and he's running routes with a 20-year-old that he knows nothing about.
Right.
He's been in with diapers when
Yeah.
he started, playing
Right.
NFL.
Yep.
I
That's
mean,
crazy.
it's an insane amount of time to stay in that brutal of a sport and maintain your health, which I don't know the secret there. I mean, style
He
of play.
trains for it. He sleeps in kale pajamas. He drinks kale milkshakes.
Yeah.
I mean, he does a lot of
Use
exercise.
the bands all day long. That's his thing.
Yeah.
Didn't even know how many hits he's taken
Well,
in his NFL career.
a lot, I
A
would
lot.
assume. But at the same time, he trains for that. Part of his
Yeah.
training is learning how to absorb the shock.
Yeah.
So
Style of play plays into it.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Michael
All
Vick
day.
wouldn't, he's not lasting in the league even
Nope.
even if he didn't have trouble.
Exactly.
And you have a really good offensive line. Just a funny stat, I think he only got sacked once in the playoffs over 3 games. So, yeah, man. Good for them.
But yeah, the hype on that is Tom Brady's. I'm never going to say anything
Nope.
bad about Tom
Never.
Terrific again.
Nope.
If somebody tells me that another team is going to win the Super Bowl, I'm going to say it's New England. I'm going to be, and that's no hype.
Yeah.
That's no hype.
Yep.
The reason why is because I want to hype other teams, but New England finds a way to make me look stupid. So
Right. Every year.
I'm learning.
Yep.
Tom Terrific. There you go.
Another point is, another storyline for the NFL is I'm excited to see this Arizona offense here. My
Ooh.
hype on that is,
Air raid.
ooh, please, I want to see some high flying, some crazy stuff. I know hype on it.
How's the O-line?
It's great
Are they
point,
healthy?
Dan. Excellent point.
Are they healthy?
That's the thing. They have no offense. They didn't upgrade the offensive line. In
I
the
mean, they were
offseason.
hurt. They were hurt last year, so no one got a chance. And this young guy might have a chance. I mean, he's super athletic.
Yes.
But everyone's athletic in the NFL.
Yes.
When they
Everybody's
play,
yeah,
athletic,
right. Like in college, you can run around, to a point, because not everybody's an All-American. When you get to the NFL, everyone is an
Right.
All-American.
And you got people like Aaron Donald chasing you down, and all these other cats that's Khalil Mack and all these other. You're not getting away.
I
from
mean,
these
his
guys.
teammates are really high on him. I know I've heard that they're really high on him. They're really putting him on that pedestal. So
I'm telling you.
I wonder, they weren't saying all that before. So
Listen, Travis had to put me in my place because I talked to Travis. I was like, man, the Cardinals look good. Travis looked at me like, they haven't even played the game yet. And I'm sitting up here like, man, I'm just looking at the
that's
highlights.
all we got in Arizona right now.
Yeah,
we got
right. I'm
a
just
hope and a
happy-
dream right now. So I mean, we'll hold on to it.
I was like, they look good. Travis looked at me like, please, man, they ain't even played a game yet.
Yeah. My hype on that is come on, Arizona, give me something exciting to watch. My no hype on that is 6-10, man. If I'm a realist,
6 and
quarterback, 6-10.
I've heard that many times, and you hope for more, but I agree
Yeah.
with that 100%. But it's the X factor right now. This
Yes.
guy's extremely good, He's the X factor. You don't know what's gonna happen. You come out like Michael Vick and run over the offense.
Yes.
Hopefully
Shock the
that would be
world.
awesome.
Damn, I
Yes.
don't have enough tape on it yet. Yep.
True, very true. I think next week we'll do some more storylines. We'll have James back with us next week. But coming up next, we have Patrick and his Patrickisms. I know you've been on hold for like 12 minutes, brother. We're going to get to you. Please sit tight. Interesting storylines in baseball are coming up next. In the No Hype Zone, Seth Lance and Dan.
That's my boy.
Thanks for listening.
My brother.
That was good, man. Ooh, okay. I was like, whoa, it's still on. Okay.
That's what's up. That was good, boy. You was natural.
Yeah, man, you flowed.
How
Really well.
do you flow in that short period of time? It's just that you
I
can't
know.
get anything in.
I know, it's
You
tough.
can't get anything in.
Imagine when we got 4 people and we still make it work.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
We got 4 people.
We had
Twice we've had
Patrick,
4 people
Yeah,
in
we
here.
had Patrick and we had James on. It's just me. I'm used to this.
I mean, I had everything in my mind set to talk about boxing. Literally got to none of it. You know,
we our world.
Yeah.
and you know, I think I wasn't speaking clearly or something because I was like,
You're
hey,
fine.
I wanted to ask him was, the question to ask him. He kind of, I said the difference between your sparring you and the game time you,
Okay.
the dehydration. Does that affect your ability when you
Yeah.
feel a shot? Training, you feel it. Oh, I'll eat that shot. Let's do it more. You know, when you drop 8 pounds of water out of your body,
That's
your,
hurts.
your body will get, but that's all depends on your conditioning. I know these answers, but I just want to ask him.
Sure, no, yeah, that's good. That's really good.
And for him, see how knowledgeable a young kid he
I
is.
think you
as
hit
far
him
as-
right on the head though. Between you and Seth, especially with the chaos that we had.
I know, right? There's a point where I couldn't hear
You
anything.
made
I'm
it
like,
work. But it was just a matter of hitting that on button.
yeah.
You didn't hit that on button right there. That's the.
Oh, is that what I?
That's all. You hit the on button.
It's all off. They're all on.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I hit on, I was able to hit on, and then we had told Cam
okay.
that he couldn't. Cam got to turn this on.
Oh, okay.
Cam, good work on that real steel, bro.
Yes. So for example, right, of all these things, we're not going to get to them because now we got to do baseball next. This is our last segment, and it's going to be.
We can just drive
12.
Patrick and then go back into some football. Just
Yeah,
drive
we'll,
in.
we'll see if he wants to do some
Yeah, do
baseball
some
or
football.
football. Yeah.
I mean, baseball is cool, but ain't nothing really crazy happening. We can go into the pennant races really quick.
Yeah.
And, let him do his little spiel, but get right back into, I say let's jump right back into football.
Okay.
Go back into storylines. You got enough storylines where we ain't going to get them all done.
Yeah.
But it's enough for us to kind of talk about them. We all got teams that we like.
Yeah.
I bet he's going to say something, because Patrick, the funny thing about Patrick, you could literally talk about like some of them Ocho sports.
Yeah.
And he would give you a full breakdown of the philosophy behind the sport, why they do it, how it originated.
I think half you making up, half you know.
But yeah, that's Patrick.
It's like the
Patrick is really
spirit.
smart,
What are you
man.
talking about?
Oh man.
Patrick know his stuff.
Yeah.
He know his stuff.
He said something about the occlusion training. He said it.
About the
It
what?
holds off
Oh,
the
occlusion
lactic,
training.
It holds off the lactic acid in your muscle. I said, I don't know.
Is
It holds it off.
blood?
Lactic acid in the blood.
Yeah.
It holds it off so you can do more work. I think it holds the blood in your muscle.
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't let it out.
It builds up the lactic acid.
Yes.
I think it does the exact opposite from what I read.
Yeah.
If you read something else, I would look
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But I was like, what are you talking about, Patrick? Because I looked it up a lot before I used it, and
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I knew the time periods and everything, how to use it before I used it. And I asked Travis, and he'd done extensive research on him. So
Yeah. I haven't used them yet. I gotta jump on those. I gotta use them for my own self for
Careful.
right, dude?
Oh, for you,
Yeah.
especially someone vascular like you,
Yeah.
where your veins are always to the surface already,
Yeah.
it's gonna get crazy. I mean, I bust all my blood vessels on Saturday. My whole arms are all red and dotted.
Man, I
Okay.
thought that was just me. My arms on fire from that. That's why I was gonna do it again. Then I said, I just wait to Saturday.
I think that there's the pump. There's recommendations where you should be and where you should not, and where you shouldn't be depending on your body fat. Because of course, like if someone with a lot of higher body fat, they're not gonna get as tight on there.
Yeah.
'Cause they have that cushion a little
Yeah.
bit. Someone real lean like yourself, you got a lot of muscle mass in your arm. When you squeeze that baby,
Yeah.
one pump, you're at 450 PSI already. Like it's ooh.
The first time you hit me with the inclusions, though, I lost my mind. I worked with those boys on for like 30.
Oh,
you
no.
can't do it.
Right? So I was doing everything.
No, it's only 5
Pull-ups.
before, after, and it's your
Done.
preference what you do. I like to do I did pre-exhaustion on leg day today
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
inclusion of my legs. It helped. It's actually a way of doing injury prevention or injury recovery
Wow.
with the occlusion.
Wow, because it rushes blood to the surface. Right? You
Flush
heard
it out.
that's
So I'm gonna
smart.
start doing it every
I
day
didn't
with
think
my
of it.
legs because
Yeah.
my hip is, janky.
Yeah.
I might need them for my legs too. I want to kind of get my legs Get my calves back.
He hides legs behind those shorts, those long basketball
So I
shorts.
see those calves popping
No,
out
his legs are huge.
already.
Man, I don't know why Dan
So
keep
his
doing
bicep,
this.
man.
Dude,
I
his
don't know why
arms
Dan
are
keep
huge.
doing
Right,
this.
dude?
Stop
I
it.
just
Man,
said something the other
please.
day, and Jess is like,
Please.
When he does
I
this,
told-
Please.
Oh, here we go. This is the jam right here.
This is the
We're
shit
gonna do
right
Lance right here.
What? Oh,
This
shit.
is the Lance, the one arm.
I can't do it right now. I got long sleeves on, so I can't do it. I can't roll them up.
And rip them off.
More grammatic.
Seth, I like it.
This is 4
So
weeks in a
smooth.
row with my grammatic.
I like it. I like
Yes,
it.
sir.
We need grammatic on the show, man. I mean, we advertising.
Right?
This music is good.
Yeah. Speaking of advertisements, we do want to thank True Tankless Water Heater. We want to thank Wallflower Beauty for hooking us up here. Also, just want to give a shout out to Atlas Performance Training. Anybody out there who needs a trainer, you're sick and tired of your old style of training, you need something new, come see us at Atlas Performance Training down in Chandler, Arizona. Talk to Seth, Travis, Dan, Lance, C-Train, anybody in there, we'll take good care of you. Next, we have Patrick is on the line. We're going to talk some Patrickisms and baseball right now. Patrick, anything new in the baseball world you want to hit our viewers with? I would say bat flips and the Chris Davis brawl where he almost choked out his manager in the dugout today. You see that?
Fights
Ooh.
are always exciting.
Yes.
What
They had
happened?
3 guys that hold Chris Davis from the Orioles. Not the good Chris Davis, not the KHRIS Davis with Oakland. The Chris Davis who's batting 183 with 110 strikeouts. Chris Davis at 246 at bats. Ooh, look at that stat.
You think you
How do I
bad.
know
You
that
think you
stat?
bad.
I was impressed.
You think you bad.
Ridiculous.
You ain't got enough room on them headphones.
My
in that head
goodness.
Right now.
God,
Yeah,
I hate
just
that I know
swole
that.
up.
No, really?
He still plays for Oakland?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And especially when you're losing 14-1, I mean, what are you gonna do? And then that one team from New York, whose name I cannot mention, they have
Yankees,
40.
I can say him.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying.
Come on, dude.
I'm just saying.
We don't say that name on air.
Why do we don't? I mean, you don't say it because you and your height, but
Yeah.
I mean,
That is true.
He don't say Dodgers. He say Dodgers. I say Dodgers. I mean, it is what it is.
That is true.
You know.
Apparently, that team from New York.
You're right. I know
Yeah.
you never do selective humor. all
Right.
That's the time no one does.
Yes. Agreed. I agree. Oh, like last week?
That's awesome, though.
Right?
I mean, from outside in perspective, I'm getting into baseball more and more, working with these guys.
Yes, sir.
And yeah,
Right,
I love,
boxing.
we the public loves violence. I mean, that's why fights are so advertised on ESPN or Sports Center.
Sports.
If there's a fight, it's on.
Sure.
You better believe it's going to be on there. It's going to talk about that all day. Yeah, it's great.
It's like the old adage, I went to a boxing match and a baseball game broke out. I know, but I'm using baseball. I'm using it for for reference here. I will bat flip my softball league every single time I get a home run.
Softball.
Yes.
Y'all in this backflip. Oh, that was nice yesterday. I
that's
seen
all-
that. Yeah,
that's
that was
always
nice. And he's a
good.
White Sox guy. That's the other Chicago team that we won't talk about. But yeah, that
He was on the Angels when he did that.
Well, no.
Yes, he was. Jim
What's,
Edmonds.
what's the guy for the White Sox that made that same catch? It was a guy yesterday that did the center fielder.
Almost wore my White Sox hat, by the way.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't start nothing. Don't start nothing. It won't be none.
Right. That's old school. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, I love triple plays. And when you're talking defense, one of my favorite players is Ozzie Smith. He used to play with the Cardinals. And, he was king of turning that double play. So, yep, and Ricky Henderson stealing bases. Those things get me excited. Like you said, those catches, all the baseball, it's beautiful.
I was just going to touch on that. Coming from, like I said, I'm a novice baseball fan.
Novice.
So when I see those plays, those get me excited. I'm cool. Baseball's cool. Look at that. That guy is athletic. And, I don't want to get torn apart by Patrick, so I got to be careful what I say.
Right.
So I say when people say, baseball players aren't athletic as other top-end athletes, when you see those plays, you might want to rethink that. When some guy's sprinting full speed, lays out, is able to, keep, everything involved in that, the dynamics in that and athletics in that. I mean,
stop talking about Yasiel. You're just doing that because he was an old Dodger.
Going off that athleticism, that play that... like what?
Whew, that would be nice.
That'd be fun.
really, I wonder how they would. A machine's gonna shoot a ball out and they're gonna die for it.
I mean,
okay.
I mean, I like that. That's like adding, again, I go to the
That's
NBA.
the most exciting part of a game, I think, in my opinion, is the defense. I think it's the most exciting. And to me, that's the most exciting.
I agree.
When someone lays out, you think it's, I'm like, damn, that's nice.
Yeah, definitely. But also, everything about baseball is good if it's a fun game. Like playoff baseball is nothing like it. You got a dynamic pitcher up against a roster that's just been bombs away, hitting homers. So you get a chance to see that duel, that matchup. You don't get a chance to see as much offense. So you got to fall in love with the pitching. In the playoffs, in the regular season, you can get into a lot of the skill stuff. But in playoff baseball, it's all about that pitching and getting like small ball, good hits. You're not even getting home runs. It's very rare you get a home run, but the little, like Seth would say, the minutia.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you were like, ooh, as a baseball purist. Even me, I'd be like, oh, that's what it's all about.
We had a man hit for the cycle yesterday too, didn't we? Patrick, who was that guy?
And there was a triple play today as well.
Yeah.
An Orioles guy.
Yeah.
Well, you should be stoked because this cycle's pretty tough to do.
I think they lost though. They lost even though he hit the cycle. So.
Yeah, it's the Orioles, man. Good gracious.
And Houston got a three-headed monster right now.
Oh my Lord.
Man, Granky Cole, man, come on, Cole. Yeah.
Can you talk about that trade, Patrick, at all? Yeah, they got 4 starters. Like 4 ridiculous starters. Remember those teams?
Yeah, how many World Series? They only won
They
one.
only won 1.
And went there 4 times.
Yes, but they won the National League East like 13 or 14 times in a row or something like that.
They had Greg Maddux.
Yeah.
Greg Maddux goes from the Cubs to being a Cy Young winner with the Braves. That's just how it is when you leave the Cubs.
Yeah. Ooh, I didn't see that.
We love seeing that too as fans. It's dramatic.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm excited
like,
about
oh my God,
Yeah.
it's dangerous. It's dangerous. You want to watch it because it's danger.
Sure.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Speaking of that, ever see like Altuve standing next to Aaron Judge?
Altuve is so small. He's a monster, though. But another player that I think I was saying this to my wife. I don't know if she was listening to me, but I was trying to say she's probably not. But I was telling her, I like Guerrero, the Toronto Blue Jay, Guerrero. He's gonna be nice for the sport coming, the future of the sport, So baseball has a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, they're not doing too hot right now, but because, in my opinion, it's because they're so young. Yes. Yeah. Just like Houston was. Remember 2014? I think Sports Illustrated was like, hey, they're going to win it in 2017. And that that came to fruition. That's crazy, man. So then who are your picks for the World Series then? Who you got?
Say it.
Hype and no hype.
Did he just say that?
Did you say
I can
it?
take my headphones off.
You're going to say the Yankees over Astros?
Let's not say that anything can happen. See, thank you.
So he's in his no hype right now.
I love it.
Excellent. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to the No Hype Zone. Please tune in next week. We're going to have James back in the studio. More NFL, hopefully, if we can get to it. Never enough time. Love you guys.
And that's
it.
And that's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Right.
That's how we do
That's
it.
another one.
Dan's like, I got to go to bed.
No, man, I'm up to like
Thanks, guys.
10:30.
Nice.